The first one is that we are tabling a case for a revision of the pay-as-you-earn bands. And our considered opinion is that this needs to be done in two ways. The first one is that we need to stretch the bands. Currently, the 30% rate kicks in too early and has a significant burden on the low-income earners. The second one is that we are of the view that it is time that the tax-free threshold, if I could call it, is revised from 24,000 shillings to 30,000 shillings. Because it's been at 24,000 for a while. If you consider the inflation adjustment aspect, I think there is a worthy case to consider this proposition. And this aligns with the proposals contained in the medium-term revenue strategy, which identified our pay bands as not being progressive. The second one is that we want to go back to Finance Act 23 and the requirement that withholding tax should be remitted within 5 days. Our considered opinion is that we need to take this back to the 20th because of the working capital and liquidity constraints it creates for the businesses which then have this obligation to comply with. I also don't think accounting is built to work this way. So we are requesting the committee to consider this proposal, Mr. Chairman. The final one is just to buttress the point that was made by my director, Ngina, and it goes back to the question of e-teams. Our view is that Section 16(1)(c) of the Income Tax Act needs to be revised, and here is why. Section 23A of the Tax Procedures Act prescribes that all businesses, and the word there is all, will generate electronically generated invoices. Tax Procedures Act Amendment 24 introduces a threshold for reverse invoicing. Section 16(1)(c) prescribes that the only invoices which are admissible for deductible purposes are e-teams generated. So there is a cleanup that needs to be done with due regard to the threshold which was introduced in the Tax Procedures Act of 5 million and below for reverse invoicing, because out there the question is also emerging for the small businesses who transact among themselves. What becomes the lifeline here? Because there are some which would like to claim the expenses, but at this point they have a challenge. We close our submissions, Chair.